Hi VC, back again with my second instalment of Gimme 10 1990. Following the pattern of all my later videos from 85 on, just got too many records to show, so here's the second batch and I'm just going to get on with it this time. Right, first up, got a picture disc. Right, Revolting Cocks, Beers, Steers and Queers. This is a tremendous record. It's on Wax Tracks. No, it's not. It's on... Hang on. Right, there's a sleeve. It's on Wax Tracks. I was right. This is part of Al Jorgensen's early 90s empire. There's a B-side. There we go. Or side B. Jorgensen, it's just amazing how many bands he actually played in, how many collaborations he did, who he collaborated with. So he was just the early 90s Jack White as far as I could see. But this is a tremendous record. It's a bit like Ministry, but it's not as heavy as Ministry. It's still recognisably industrial. But it's got more of a playful sense to it, more of a piss take, to be honest. Now who's in Rev Co? It is a lot of the members of Ministry with Chris Connolly as well, who was a touring member of Ministry, and they put this record out, and just brilliant from start to finish. I mean, the track Beers, Steers and Queers, you've really got to listen to that. It is a brilliant track. Sample Olivia Newton-John on Let's Get Physical. Very small sample on there. In the Neck, Get Down, Stainless Steel Providers, Can't Sit Still, Something Wonderful, Razor's Edge. It's industrial rock, but with a laugh. Really like that album. Bought that, I think it was about 99p in Razor Cuts, a Manchester record store, in 1991, I think I got this. So, yeah, love it. I wonder if it's still there. Who knows? I haven't been there for 25 years. Right, next up, more along a real heavy edge. This is Prong. This was a metal trio around the turn of the 90s. But this is brutal, to be honest. Beg to Differ. The album's called Beg to Differ. The album is brutal. I mean, you've got things like Beg to Differ, the song, For Dear Life. Just real. I think they've sort of taken their cue from industrial, but they play straight ahead metal. Well, more metal anyway. I think they influenced by a lot of Killing Joke and stuff like that. They seem to. Really good record. Really good record. Next up, right, Pussy Galore's final album, Historia della Musica Rock. Around during the 80s, there was a Spanish, I don't know whether it's one of the main labels, but there's a load of Spanish albums who used to do sort of greatest hits of rock bands like Purple and I don't know, all kinds of bands. But they always looked like this. And so John Spencer decided, right, I'm going to put this out. Now this is a blues album as played by John Spencer. This is where I think the blues explosion really started. Because before this, Pussy Galore were real noise rock bands. They were really very noisy indeed. But this is more toned down, more pared back. Really good, actually. Things like Dedication, Revolution Summer, Don't Jones Me, Do the Snake, Song at the End of a Side, Eric Clapton Must Die. which he probably should have done. Oh no, that's a terrible thing to say. I shouldn't say that sort of thing. But his musical output was pants at the end of the 80s. Crawfish, I mean, it is where the blues explosion started. I mean, he took it on and just took it places, took his music really good places. But this is a great album. Really like that album. Bit of shoegaze next. We've got the debut album by Ride. I loved Ride. Absolutely loved Ride. I thought they were a fantastic album. Fantastic group. This hasn't really got many singles on it, but it's got some great tracks like Seagull, Dreams Burned Down, which I think was on a single, Vapor Trail, Polar Bear I love as well. Saw them at Reading the year this came out, and they were superb, absolutely superb. Always remember them being described by Melody Maker as the sound of a Northern Line train coming down towards London. So there we go. Ride, Nowhere. Complete change of sound here. We've got Shaman. I guess it should be that way. Shaman with Intact. This was their kind of commercial breakthrough album. Completely different sound. They've always been more of an acid band, psych band. But this, they came out and out dance. So on this, it's got Move Any Mountain, which was eventually a hit as Progen 91. Also, what else is on it? Omega Amigo is really good. Make It Mine, absolutely love Make It Mine. I think that is just a brilliant dance track. I mean, obviously they went ultra pop with, I think it was their next album. Would it be the next one? Where Ebenezer Good and stuff like that. But that is a great album. More kind of droney rock. This is Loops, A Gilded Eternity. This is quite some package. It's a double. It's a double LP. Nail Will Burn is a brilliant track. Blood. I'm trying to think what's on here. Be Here Now, that's a great track, and it actually came with a free 7-inch single, which if I pull it out, I haven't played this. Oh yeah, there it is. There's a track. So it's got Shot with a Diamond and a remix of The Nail Will Burn, Burn Out. It's really good. It is so good. Very krautrocky, very droney, pummeling volume. Got to be played loud. Terrific album that is. Cracking. Should be using that a bit more often. Right, next up. There were still goth bands around in 1990. Trading in it the same old stuff. Well, it wasn't the same old stuff. This is Elysium by Fields and Anethrin. You have to pull this out for the track listing. This is the one with For Her Light on it, which is a great song. They went they extended their sound quite a lot on this album. Almost proggy, but more atmospheric. So you got things like Dead But Dreaming on there, At the Gates of Silent Memory, Summerland. It's a really good goth album. Kind of like a goth, not a concept album, but it's goth prog almost. So love that. I'd forgotten about this album, and when I was just going through my collection after I put it all back together again with getting all the records from London and everything, I rediscovered this, and it is a gem. This is The Badge Man, and this is Kings of the Desert. It's indie, but not as we know it, Jim. It's got some absolutely superb stuff on here. It's kind of indie psych, I would probably class it as. They certainly stretch out on a few tracks. I mean, first track title is The Secret Diary of Jim Morrison's Bastard Son, aged 19 3/4. Bit of a jokes title, doesn't really set the tone for the rest of the album, but this is top-notch, like indie psych from about 1990. I'm going to have to track down the second album as well, see if I can get that. But I really rate this album. Really lovely, really great. I love the cover as well. The band that never was up next. Well, the band that almost was. House of Love. House of Love's second album, also called The House of Love. They had the potential to be absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. The debut, the first album on Creation, was magnificent, which I showed in my Gimme 10 of 88. On here you've got things like Hannah, Shine On, which is a re-recorded version of their debut single. You got Beatles and the Stones, which is a gorgeous track. Shake and Crawl, Hedonist is great. I Don't Know Why I Love You, Never, In a Room, Blind, Sadist. It is a brilliant indie album from 1990, and they were destined to be big, to be huge, but then the Stone Roses happened, and it kind of, there's a whole slew of indie bands that looked like they were going to be really big, and they just got caught up. They just got brushed aside by the Roses and the Mondays, which is a shame because they were a brilliant band, and their later albums are also really good, which I don't have on vinyl. And then I played this again recently as well the other day, and this is a brilliant album. It's more Jorgensen. This time it's Jorgensen and Paul Barker teaming up with Jello Biafra from Dead Kennedys, and this is brilliant. First side is kind of, it's more Ministry style, but you've got Jello Biafra on top of it, and it is out and out borderline metal, industrial metal, with Jello just you know what Jello Biafra sounds like, with Jello Biafra over the top. It's absolutely fantastic. And then on the B side you've got on side 2, kind of Biafra takes more control on side 2. So you've got songs like Can God Feel Teeth, which is great. They're coming a cover of They're Coming to Take Me Away, haha, which was originally done by Napoleon the 14th, I think. And it comes with the booklet. This is on Alternative Tentacles, so it's got Lard illustrated, kind of fold out lyric sheet of the band, and a 12-inch, so that all the tracks from the CD release are actually available on vinyl, with I Am Your Clock, I think it is. Is that the 12? Yeah. On a one-sided 12-inch, you've got I Am Your Clock. There we go. Just a one-sided 12-inch with the Alternative Tentacles on the other side. Terrific album, absolutely great album. Never did get their Lard's second album, but it's supposed to be good as well, so I might have to track that down. Doubt I'll get that on vinyl for a decent price now, so we'll see. So there we go, Lard, marvellous, absolutely love it. Right, So there we go, my second selection of albums from 1990. Probably not as varied as other years. I think I'd got out of listening to much pop music, to be honest. A lot of it was pretty alternative or pretty non-mainstream. But some brilliant albums there. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon with the next instalment of Gimme 10, 1990. Cheers, VC. I'll see you soon. Bye.